there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Once again, it is Sovereign Saturday. You can rebuild your life. You can rebuild your life. Now, I'm always talking about sovereignty and having control and everything and doing what you can in life, but let's just be real. There's going to be some times you fall into that hole. There's going to be some times you run into that detour. You're going to run into that big old brick wall or something. In fact, I've talked about it before, starting from zero. But that's something I gotta really hammer that in. Because you could be like going on your life, building your sovereignty, got that business going, got that career going. Something could happen. You could get laid off of that job, that business. It could have a setback, even a business, because your business could be connected to some other businesses having a problem. You could always fall. It's nothing. It happens, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You can learn from that. You can actually learn from that. But you know what? No matter what happens, you can rebuild your life. You can rebuild your life. You could be married, go through a divorce and have everything just mess up. You can rebuild from that. I've rebuilt from life. I've been through a divorce and actually built my life better. Been through several things and rebuilt my life better, like bad relationships or mishaps, stuff that was beyond my control. But what did I do? I came back from it. Like everything ain't gonna be under your control. You wanna work to get to that point, but even getting to that point, you're gonna run into some obstacles. And there's nothing wrong with that. It happens. I would just say learn from those obstacles, but keep building. Don't let something stop you. Like if you fall into that hole or, something happens, something major happens, okay, that's bad. Let's just be real, that's bad. But you don't stop there. See, what happens with a lot of people, a lot of men, they'll get to that point and they'll just stop. Like I remember this guy, and me and him almost got into it a couple times. And he was all alcoholic, talking trash and ready to fight and all of that. But then I found out from somebody else, he had a regular job but lost that job. See, he didn't climb out of that hole, or at least at that time. Maybe he has at this time, I don't know. But at that time, he went into that hole and just stayed there. You get people who will lose their job, they'll lose their business, they'll lose their relationship, they'll lose everything, and then they'll just stay there. That's one thing. As a sovereign man, you have to be willing. You have to be willing and ready to rebuild. Stuff is going to happen. Sometimes you might want to rebuild just to make things better. You might be going along and things going along all right, and then you look up and you just say, you know what, I can do this better. I remember in high school we did a play, The Wiz. And we had to put, how Dorothy had how her house was spinning around. So we had a house that was spinning around. That was one of the props. We actually took that thing apart and rebuilt it just to make it spin better. It could be anything. You wanna just go on with a better life, or something could happen to you regardless. Always know you can rebuild. Things could be going very well for you, but then you look up, like I said, you can look up and say, well, you know what, I can do this better. I can make this better. Out of my 1,000 jobs, one of my favorite 1,000 jobs is actually being a merchandiser. Being a merchandiser at a major department store. I have no problem saying that. And there would be times we would look up and we're not getting the sales we were getting. We would move things around. We would design it differently. We would merchandise it differently. We would hook it up differently just to get more money. I'm gonna tell you what, going through life, We always will be in that position. Things are going to happen. I don't care what it is. It can always be rebuilt. I don't care what it is. I don't care what happens. Shoot, you can have just like an act of nature can destroy your home can be rebuilt. Just like your home can be rebuilt, your life can be rebuilt. You know? You remember late 2023, I had a medical emergency. I had a stroke. I had to rebuild from that. There was a period I couldn't walk. There was a period I couldn't eat. I had to rebuild from that. And I didn't mind either. In fact, I had doctors and therapists saying, hey, you know what, you can come back from this. They were looking at what I was doing, you know? Remember, there was a point I couldn't walk. I remember I was at the therapy center and I would take a walker. I would actually take a walker and walk the whole center. Now, I couldn't just walk it just walk through one time. And I remember the time I could have just walked through it, could have ran through. I was like, no, I would walk to one section, sit down, rest, and then walk to another section. Now, if I were to go back to that center, I could walk through without any props or anything like that. And I'm still building that back up. I'm still building that back up. Had to build my body back up. You remember I was like real slim and stuff because I couldn't eat any solid foods. I was being fed through a G-tube. Yet I built that back up. In fact, I saw a video, somebody had shared a video on another social media about where I was like real slim and emaciated and everything. And so I was like, you know what, I've come a long way from there. So you know what, anybody can do it though. Anybody can do it, you know? And you're gonna have those points, you're gonna have those times. See, it's when you get stuck in a particular place that there's a problem. I don't care what happened. You could have a medical emergency. You could lose a relationship. Shoot, you could have, you lose your job. You could have your business go out. I don't care what it is. As long as you are still alive, as long as you still have that sovereign mindset, you can rebuild. You can rebuild your life, and you got to stick with that. You got to just have that attitude, you know? Learn from what got you to that point. Like whatever it was, learn from it so it doesn't happen again, but then just go forward. They'll go forward. See, there's a lot of people, they'll lose out and then there's like, oh, it's over, it's over. It's never over. I don't care where you are. You can rebuild your life if things go wrong. You can rebuild your life even if things going right, you just want it a bit better. You can always go forward. Always remember that. Always remember that. Always keep going, okay? All right? So, anyway, that's all I have for today. Keep rising to become a sovereign man. Peace and blessings.